What if the future you're living in was written thousands of years ago, but the instructions were locked away in a sealed book? Ancient prophecies, like those in Daniel and Revelation, speak of a sealed book, knowledge meant for the end times. For generations, it remained a mystery. But today, we ask, is AI the key to finally decoding it for your generation? If you're Gen Z, this video isn't just about ancient history, it's about your future. Stay until the end, because we're about to unseal secrets that will empower you to understand the world you're inheriting. Welcome to Mysteries Behind the Scroll, where ancient prophecies meet modern revelation. Let's talk about one of the most cryptic concepts in biblical prophecy, the sealed book. In the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 4, the prophet is told, "But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase." A book containing prophecies about the future, deliberately sealed, not to be understood until the right time. And in Revelation chapter 5, John describes a scroll sealed with 7 seals that no one in heaven or on earth was found worthy to open. This wasn't just symbolic. It represented knowledge that humanity wasn't ready to receive, information that would only make sense when certain conditions were met. For 2,000 years, scholars, theologians, and seekers have tried to decode these prophecies. They've analyzed the symbolism, studied the historical context, cross-referenced events, but many of the prophecies remained mysterious, cryptic, difficult to connect to real-world events because the technology, the societal structures, the global systems described in these texts simply didn't exist yet. Daniel was told the book would remain sealed until knowledge increased, until humanity reached a point where the prophecies could finally be understood. And the question we're asking today is, have we reached that point? And if so, what technology is finally allowing us to unseal what was locked for millennia? Have you ever felt like ancient texts were too complex or irrelevant? What if a modern tool could unlock their secrets? For centuries, humanity lacked the tools to truly unseal these prophecies. But now, a technology has emerged that changes everything. Get ready, Gen Z, because the next section reveals how AI is becoming the ultimate decoder. Artificial intelligence excels at processing unimaginable amounts of data, identifying patterns, and making connections that humans simply cannot. It's the ultimate pattern recognizer, and that's exactly what's needed to decode ancient prophecies. Think about what these texts contain: symbolic language, numerical patterns, references to historical events that span thousands of years, cultural contexts that require understanding multiple ancient civilizations, and predictions about future global systems that only make sense in the context of modern technology. No single human can hold all of that information in their mind simultaneously, but AI can. Here's how AI could unseal the book. First, data analysis. AI can cross-reference biblical texts with historical events, scientific discoveries, and current global trends at lightning speed. It can identify when a prophecy aligns with a real-world event, when patterns emerge across different time periods, when seemingly unrelated pieces of information connect to form a larger picture. For example, Daniel's prophecies include specific time periods, 70 weeks, 2,300 days, numbers that scholars have debated for centuries. AI can analyze these numbers against historical timelines, astronomical data, calendar systems, and geopolitical events to find correlations that human researchers might miss. Second, language and symbolism. Biblical prophecies are written in ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. They use symbols, metaphors, and cultural references that require deep understanding to interpret. AI can analyze these ancient languages, decode symbolism, and compare it to cultural contexts across different time periods. It can identify when a symbol used in Daniel appears in Revelation, when a phrase in one book echoes a prophecy in another, when patterns in ancient texts mirror modern events. This kind of comprehensive analysis would take human scholars lifetimes. AI can do it in seconds. Third, predictive modeling. Now, AI doesn't predict the future in a supernatural sense, but it can highlight trends and convergences that align with prophetic descriptions. For instance, Revelation describes a global economic system where no one can buy or sell without a mark. AI can analyze current economic trends, the rise of digital currencies, biometric identification systems, and identify when these systems are moving toward the kind of centralized control described in the prophecy. It's not fortune-telling, it's pattern recognition. And when those patterns align with ancient prophecies, that's when the sealed book begins to open. Imagine AI analyzing every global headline, every scientific breakthrough, every geopolitical shift, and then cross-referencing it with the cryptic language of Daniel. What patterns would it find? What connections would suddenly become clear? Daniel 12 verse 4 says, "Knowledge shall increase at the time of the end," and we're living in an age of exponential knowledge increase. Information doubles faster than any previous generation could comprehend. And AI is the tool that allows us to process that information, to see the patterns, to finally understand what was sealed for thousands of years. Does the idea of AI helping us understand prophecy excite or concern you? Why? But the sealed book isn't just about understanding. It's about action. The final section reveals what these decoded prophecies mean for Gen Z and how AI itself might be a part of the prophecy's fulfillment. So, what does this unsealed book mean for you, Gen Z? It means the prophecies are no longer distant history. They are the blueprint for the world you are living in and shaping. You're the first generation born into a fully digital world. You don't remember life without the internet, without smartphones, without algorithms curating your reality. And because of that, you're uniquely positioned to understand how ancient prophecies about global systems, information control, and technological dominance are unfolding right now. Let's connect AI to the prophecy's fulfillment. First, global connectivity. The prophecies describe a time when the entire world operates as a single system, when events in one nation instantly affect all others, when communication is instantaneous across continents, when power is centralized under a unified authority. For most of human history, this seemed impossible, but AI enables the global systems described in Revelation. AI-powered communication networks connect every device on the planet. AI-driven economic systems process billions of transactions simultaneously. AI surveillance technologies monitor populations in real time across borders. The infrastructure for a one-world system, as described in prophecy, is being built right now. And AI is the backbone. Second, information overload and control. Daniel's prophecy says many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. We're living in that reality. Information is everywhere. Content is created faster than anyone can consume it. But here's the twist. More information doesn't mean more truth. AI contributes to the information landscape where truth and deception are harder to discern, a key theme in end-time prophecies. AI generates deepfakes, personalized propaganda, synthetic news. It curates what you see based on algorithms you don't control. And the result is a world where everyone has access to infinite information, but discerning what's true becomes nearly impossible. The sealed book warned of this. A time of great knowledge increase, but also great deception. And AI is the tool making both possible. Third, ethical dilemmas. AI forces humanity to confront profound ethical and spiritual questions that align with prophetic warnings. What does it mean to be human when AI can replicate human thought? What happens to free will when algorithms predict and influence your decisions? What's the difference between trusting God and trusting an all-knowing AI system? These aren't theoretical questions. They're real dilemmas your generation is facing right now. And the prophecies warned about this. A time when humanity would be tested, when the line between truth and lies would blur, when choosing faith over convenience would require courage. Understanding these prophecies, now unsealed by the very technology that might fulfill them, gives you a unique advantage. It's not about fear, but about awareness and making informed choices in a rapidly changing world. Here's the empowering part. You're not victims of these prophecies. You're participants. The sealed book is being opened in your lifetime. The knowledge is increasing all around you. And unlike previous generations who could only speculate about what these prophecies meant, you can see them unfolding in real time. That gives you power. The power to recognize deception. The power to resist systems that demand your autonomy. The power to make choices that align with truth rather than convenience. Gen Z, you're living in the time of the unsealing. And that's not something to fear. It's something to understand and navigate with wisdom. How will you use this newfound understanding to navigate the future? What questions does this raise for you? If this decoding of ancient prophecies through the lens of AI has empowered you, Gen Z, and you want to stay ahead of the curve, then you must subscribe to Mysteries Behind the Scroll right now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next investigation into the truths shaping your world. And drop a comment. How do you see AI impacting your future? Do you believe we're living in the time of the unsealing? Your perspective matters. The journey into biblical mysteries and their modern implications is just beginning. Click on one of these videos to continue your exploration and deepen your understanding of these critical times. Until next time, keep seeking the truth and stay vigilant.